Welcome to the channel. Today's video covers the latest global conflict updates as of early March 2026. Around the world, several major tensions are unfolding at the same time, including the war involving Iran, Israel and the United States, as well as border fighting between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Many people are asking whether these crises could grow into a much larger global conflict. In this video, we will explain what is actually happening, which countries are involved, what the latest reports say, and where the situation might be heading. The most serious conflict right now is the war between Iran and Israel, with the United States supporting Israeli military operations. Recent reports say that large-scale airstrikes have targeted military infrastructure inside Iran, including missile sites and command centers. The strikes are part of a campaign aimed at weakening Iran's military capabilities. The war has caused heavy casualties. Recent reports indicate that more than 1,200 people have been killed in Iran since the strikes began, while deaths have also been reported in Lebanon, Israel, and among US forces stationed in the region. Healthcare infrastructure has also been affected, according to international health officials. Over a dozen hospitals and health facilities have been hit during the fighting, raising concerns about humanitarian consequences. Iran has responded with missile and drone attacks across the region, targeting Israeli locations and US military sites in the Middle East. Some attacks have also been reported in Gulf states where American troops are stationed. The conflict has already disrupted global markets, with oil prices rising and financial markets reacting to the instability. The situation is becoming more dangerous because the conflict is spreading beyond one country. Iranian drones and missiles have reportedly struck targets across the region, including incidents in countries such as Azerbaijan and other Middle Eastern states. Meanwhile, tensions with armed groups allied with Iran, such as Hezbollah in Lebanon, have also increased, raising fears that the conflict could expand into a broader Middle East war. European and regional governments are calling for restraint, while the United Nations has warned that further escalation could destabilize the entire region. At the same time, another conflict has erupted in South Asia. Fighting between Pakistan and Afghanistan began after cross-border attacks and airstrikes targeting militant groups along the border regions. Reports say Afghan forces attacked Pakistani positions, triggering intense clashes along the frontier. Pakistan then launched air and ground operations against militant targets inside Afghanistan, with fighting spreading across several provinces. Casualty figures remain disputed. Pakistan says dozens of Afghan troops were killed in the clashes, while Afghan authorities denied those numbers and accused Pakistan of targeting civilian areas. The United Nations has warned that the fighting is causing civilian casualties and worsening the humanitarian situation in Afghanistan. Although this conflict is separate from the Middle East war, it adds to the global sense of instability. In the Middle East conflict, the United States supports Israel militarily and politically. Iran receives support from regional allies and armed groups in the region. Some countries in the Gulf are hosting US military bases. European countries are calling for diplomatic solutions but are closely monitoring the situation. In the Pakistan-Afghanistan conflict, Pakistan says it is targeting militant groups responsible for attacks inside its territory. Afghanistan denies those accusations and says it is defending its sovereignty. These conflicts involve different alliances and motivations, which means they are not yet part of a single global war. Right now, most analysts say this is not yet a world war. A world war would normally involve multiple global superpowers fighting each other directly, large military alliances entering combat fighting across several continents simultaneously. Currently, the conflicts remain regional wars and military crises, even though they are happening at the same time. However, experts warn that the risk of escalation is real. If major powers like the United States, Russia, or China were to enter direct military conflict with each other, the situation could become much more dangerous. Even without a world war, the consequences are already being felt. These conflicts are affecting global energy markets, international flights and airspace, financial markets, humanitarian aid operations. Thousands of people have been displaced, and international organizations are warning about a growing humanitarian crisis in some regions. So where does the world stand today? Multiple conflicts are happening at once. The Iran-Israel war, with US involvement, and the Pakistan-Afghanistan border fighting. These crises are serious and dangerous, but they are still separate regional conflicts rather than a full global war. The coming weeks will be critical. Diplomacy, negotiations, and international pressure may determine whether the situation stabilizes or becomes even more dangerous. That's the latest global conflict update as of March 2026. If you want more accurate international news analysis and updates on world events, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay informed. Thanks for watching.